Let's get it. Let's go, J-M.
Well, don't that make you crazy?
Let's go. Let's go.
Like for me, Jason of Reach has shown and shared to like my young brothers and sisters, of all ages and pigmentations, all as myself, that respect, not just politeness and love, like emotional support and feeling safe, is the most important foundation to any relationship, whether it's business, parents and kids, siblings, or even intimate partners. Seriously, like you are. One thing that he told me when I had to sit down one-on-one with him, he showed me that seriously, you all deserve someone who isn't embarrassed to love, who is not embarrassed to love you. And he tells all, and that individual that can love you can tell their friends about you and saves, your photos and everything and the moments you share and reminds you. And whether they're good or bad, the photos, to look at when they miss you, and then they give you comfort, by telling you how much they love you, through gestures and not just gawk and look at you, how you look across the classroom probably, or gushing,
yeah, and you're just
and gushing over babbling nonsense conversations. And I really hope when someone looks at you like that and they hold you, they make it their mission to bring you a comfort and bliss to your future. When you look at that, you feel like that person's gonna be part of my future.
And that's like the kids in Reach and what they're doing. You know, that's how they treat each other.
Exactly, because they know that they're all like family, just like families. And we're basically kind of like brothers and sisters in a way. It's kind of like yours, mine, and ours. If you guys ever seen that show or whatever, and and the thing is, sometimes you just meet people. It's just so clear that y'all are on the same level. You know what I mean? And as friends or families or lovers or as something entirely different, you just work together. Whether you understand one another or you're in love or you're just emotionally supporting them,
right?
Or they're besties or big brother, big sister kind of thing, or like mentor and mentee, like how Jason is for us. And you meet these people, throughout your life, and sometimes even in college, and out of nowhere, under the strangest circumstances, they help you feel alive. They give you that joy that you were always either curious about or you weren't certain about. And
that happiness that was just wasn't there, but now it's replenished, and it's right back onto your life, right?
Yeah, and it's giving meaning to your status. It shows you how to magnify your purpose as well as your aspiration. It's encouragement and education at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I should just tell him. Hold on, I'm not cutting you off, dude. This dude, I'm gonna be honest. To all the, is this game showing at Dickinson, right? Oh,
and
I
possibly at the
right.
anniversary.
Oh, sweet. Okay, perfect. Well, anywho,
it's not for sure
the
yet.
people that are watching, this guy, he's had it tough, really hard. But the fact that Jason and him connected in such a magnificent way, he just went out of his way to reach out to Donny.
I was like that kid in every movie that you were cautious to approach because he's made so many stupid, dumb choices.
Like we all have.
And I ran away from my foster families and all that, and I'm going to this is my testimony. I feel open enough because most people are scared. They're like, oh, but he's being so open. Guess what? I'm opening it because you can't use it against me.
Yeah.
I feel confident where my path and journey is headed towards, where I can testify, and that if someone like me that has made mistakes with overcoming substance abuse and alcohol, as well as dropping out of college, losing his job, foster family not wanting to communicate it with him and stuff, and then finding someone that sees potential in me, that's remarkable. That's like trying to domesticate a wild animal almost in a way. But then at the same time you're just noticing and seeing that I wanted the same things as everyone else does. It doesn't matter your age or your level of experience. We work with everybody, and we try to share and listen. That's the most important thing. Just like any relationship, you gotta listen. to like you go to a doctor, you can't just be like, well, doctor, I need this. No, the doctor needs to know what to do and hear what you need, and not just give you not just give you a medicine and then misdiagnose you. You know,
because then it's not gonna help medicate you, and
Exactly.
you know you're not gonna heal up from whatever's
Exactly.
going on.
Exactly, and sometimes life will feel
Like an
it's
intoxication.
like sometimes life is hard.
Mhm.
We're not gonna say life isn't hard. It's gonna feel intense, but you have the choice on how you respond to it.
Yeah,
You know?
it's like you gotta grasp life. You can't let life grasp you.
You have you choose your happiness. You know, it's really good by how you respond to things. You know, I was stressed out because my credit score was shot. You know, I'm not allowed to drive for the next 8 to 12 months. But I don't focus on that. I focus now, in the meantime, what I can do and
The
not what I
positive
can't.
things.
You know, it's not just the positive thing. It's the. But I made it. It's the fact that, like, man, I made it. You know, I made it. If I can come through all of that and still be optimistic, like, you got to be optimistic. Like, you got to see the light at the end of the tunnel at every situation. Like, you know, you got to realize, you know, that didn't happen the way you want it, and you're it's okay. It's okay to be upset, but you just don't hold on to the anger. You know what I mean? It's okay to be upset. It's okay to express that you're upset.
That's as if like you're holding on.
Exactly. Yeah.
Holding grudges.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know.
3 things that will hold you back in life is hurts, hang-ups, and bad habits. If you're hurt, guess what you're doing? You're just picking at that scab because you're hung up about it. You know? And guess what that is? That's a bad habit. And then the way you try to heal or whatever, it might be a substance. It might be music that reinforces those negative thoughts. Like, you know, do you ever been heartbroken or something, and then you listen to a heartbreak song? What the heck are you doing?
Yeah, it's like you want,
You know,
you're
like,
telling yourself
that's
after
like-
this
that's like-
breakup, you want to heal and everything, but
Yeah.
you're putting yourself back in that situation.
But you're just picking at the scab. You're just. It's like you got stabbed, and now all you're doing is twisting the knife.
and then adding some salt onto the
Exactly,
wound.
and then exactly.
And it gets infected, and
Yeah.
you just don't care, and it gets worse and worse and worse.
And then you start affecting, and other people start realizing, because your energy is no longer light. You're not trying to find the light.
Yeah.
You're always seeing the dark in everything, because you're becoming cynical, and then you're becoming negative. You're becoming toxic to the point where other people want to create distance. Because ultimately, what do we all gravitate towards? We gravitate to things that bring us peace. Why do we like the beach? Because it's beautiful and it's peaceful and it has that
calm.
bliss and it's
Yeah.
calm. So just like people, we naturally gravitate towards people that have that sort of happiness, or that bring that sort of happiness or bliss. That's what we're all seeking, you know? And some people will say, fake it till you make it. No, don't fake it. Face it till you make it. Yeah, you gotta face it. You can't, because seriously, because if something is wrong, I have a roommate who's going through depression, and then we started bickering and arguing. So I was like, look, dude, I never ask anybody who's depressed, why are you depressed? Because that's like attacking, that's aggressive. Ask them, hey, what are you afraid of? Because then
What are you most worried?
What? Yeah. No. Seriously. I was like, what is it? I was like, what's going on inside your mind, man? I was like, there's times, I feel like we're roommates, we're best friends, and then there's times it just seems like you're a complete stranger. It's like I've just met you for the first time. He's like, well, my friend's telling me this. He has fears. And sometimes when let's say I'm going through a surgery, hypothetically, and then I tell you that surgery is going to be a little bit serious, it's going to be on my foot, and then all you do is you just mention scary stuff. How is that helping me? Don't mention the scary stuff. Be like, hey man, it's good to see that, you're about to get your surgery. So what did the doctor say? Don't be like, oh, so, I don't know how you do it. Don't you think that person already has fear of getting the freaking surgery, and all you're doing is reinforcing their fears?
Yeah.
And I get it, but we don't think that way. We don't think about the other person. We try to think that we're helping them by mentioning it. Sometimes you don't even know that. You know what I mean? Like let's say I'm going through a relationship issue, but actually no, let's go through a step further. You ever have friends who are in a relationship and then you just got broken up, but you want to be happy for them, but at the same time you're kind of a little bit like, I want to be happy, you know, but you're not really actually happy for them. You're kind of jealous.
Mm-hmm.
That's very unhealthy. It's unhealthy for you, and it's unhealthy towards the friendship, because you should be honest. Be like, look, I'm happy for you guys, but it reminds me of what I lack in my life. And if you're honest with your friends about that, they'll help you find that same joy and happiness. If you're honest with yourself first, realizing and admitting that you are knowing what you want in life, and then talking to somebody. And you gotta be it's a very sensitive thing, by the way, on who you open up to. You know, because you can't just open up to the whole entire world. You know what I mean? Because look, my mother told me this, and my foster mother told me this, and I said, look, Mom, I was like, I didn't trust you. I told my foster mother this, and I cried on the phone, like speaking to her. And I was like, I was polite to you, because that's easy, but I was like, it was hard for me to respect you, because I was living to your standards. But then I realized, was I really living to her standards? Or did I not have to take up the responsibility as a son? Right. You know what I mean? I was like, I thought I was living up to her. Because living up to somebody else's standards, it's stressful. You know, so that's why you got to communicate to even your parents, your friends, be like, look, I'm living up to the standards of success. I'm living up to the standards of happiness. And I'm living up to the standards of financial security or whatever it is. But be honest about it. You know what I mean? If you're not honest and real with yourself, you can't be honest and real with other people. Or you're just going to be performing, and then...
And like you said, not fake it till you make it.
Don't fake it. Face it. Seriously.
Yeah.
Because that's something in rehab and stuff. They tell you, look, fake it till you know. What are you faking? If you fake it, then you won't even be able to realize what's real anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And appreciate for it. And the most important thing, be grateful. Be grateful for the obstacles, because that shows that you're moving forward. Because if you don't have obstacles, you know what that means? You're just one spot, you're stagnant, and you're not actually making progress. Mm-hmm. Be appreciative that you have the chance to... And then it's not a problem, it's actually a hurdle. It becomes a problem when you don't face it. When you don't go like before it grows, like molding your fridge. If you see something molding in your fridge and you just keep it there for like 6, 12 months, it's gonna affect the other foods, right? That's exactly how negative energy and toxic thoughts are. You gotta take it out and share it with somebody. Be like, hey, could you help me prune this up? You know, like, could you help me, you know, trim it up, you know? And are there people that nowadays, is like this generation, they're very selfish. I'm going to be 100% honest. Because it doesn't benefit them, why should they do it? Because I'll tell you why. The biggest thing people are going to remember is what you do for others and not what you do for yourself. You know, it's how, like Pierce Brosnan, actually, by the way, he went to he did a commemoration speech at Dickinson. He said, do something that excites you and inspires others. Whether it's talking about comic books and nerdy stuff, whether it's music and like you're passionate about dance, do that because it excites you and you can level up, as well as someone else could see that and be like, wow, you know, that person really enjoys what they like.
Or you said level up?
Yeah.
Level up.
I was thinking the same thing.
Level up.
Yep.
I'm so sorry.
No,
dude, I was just playing. I killed the mood.
It's not killing
It's
it.
okay.
Because that's what it's about. That's what this is supposed to be. It's about genuine.
Right.
Because I'm supposed to interject with something positive, because all you did is the frequency. The subject might have been serious, but it's not always meant to be serious. Sometimes in life, you know, it's about the frequency, keeping your frequency always up.
You gotta be goofy sometimes. You can't always be so serious, because you always be so serious. Those people that you hang around with and talk to, they're gonna be like, man, you know, I love this guy, but he's always just too deep.
Yeah, exactly.
And like you said, you don't want to get into your feels too often, too much, too frequently.
Exactly. And the hardest thing for me was actually that, you know, because you got to be careful what information you gather too. Just taking in a lot of information, you forget what the important information is.
Dude, and that's a
You
real
know?
thing in life.
And that is like
That's as deep as it can get.
exactly, because why are like so many people between the ages of like 17 to 30 stressed out? Because they read so much stuff, they see so much crap that they can't like sort out things in their own basic things in life because there's so much going on, you know, in their mind. Or they'll be like, oh my god, that's like me. Oh my god, that's like me. Or they take someone's meme, or they take that, or they follow a hashtag. It's like, create your own hashtag. You know.
Create your own meme.
Yeah, create your own meme. You know, make things you're proud of. You know, do things that make you happy.
Kind of like copywriting. You don't want to copyright. Make your own.
Yeah, exactly.
Your own like image of what you think and what's going on in your brand.
Yourself. Branding yourself basically is when people say your name, what are they gonna think of? They're gonna be like, yeah, man, he's deep, he's funny, you know, he's charming or whatever, you know, he's about health and fitness. Boom, 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 boom. But always know in a situation scenario, like, you know, obviously I'm not gonna go to my friend's grandma's birthday and you know, talk about something that's not appropriate. You know, for that situation.
There's always a time and place.
There's a time and place for everything. There's a reason and a season for everything.
Yeah.
You know.
There's a reason why, like you said, reason why we have filters, you know, so like it's all part of like, you know, growing up and maturing, you know, being the better you. You know, I always tell myself like the first thing I do when I wake up, I look at myself in the mirror and I say, I'm gonna be the best I can be, the best Caleb I can be today, tomorrow, and forever as I walk on this earth. And I love to hear that. From others to say like, oh my god, dude, that's crazy, you know, you're so right, but are they really putting the time to even like do that? Or want to do that or be the best person they can be? Because
and it's not for somebody else, it's for you,
right?
Because sometimes like now today's generation, they suffer so much depression or anxiety, and it might not be manic, but it might be sporadic moments of like circumstances or something that if you don't know your own value, everybody else is gonna put a post-it note on you.
And you're going to start falling down and be like, oh, yeah, maybe they're right.
Exactly. So when you're looking, when you're looking in the mirror, you're not seeing what you were or what you are. You're seeing all the other things. You ever had someone like sign your cask and, you know, and then all the names?
Gosh.
That's basically what it is. You're seeing all the other stuff. Funny guy, cute, handsome, sexy, all those things. But you're not seeing confidence. Like you're not seeing happiness.
I like that sexy.
Yeah, well, yeah, man. I think everybody does. You know?
Yeah, you're right.
Right. And my thing is, always keep it sexy. And the sexy does not mean.
It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be sexual.
No, exactly. And keeping it sexy means confident. You know, smiling. You know, do you know if you come into a room, you can actually literally change the entire vibe of the room just by smiling. You know?
Like Dwayne Johnson. You ever seen his smile? Have you ever watched you know, like a video of Dwayne Johnson, like he's always doing like you know, and it's like, does it ever light you up? Does it light you up? Yeah.
It makes you feel confident too. Like you know, it's like, oh my god, you know. So yeah.
It's like you start to wonder like, how did this guy come from this to this? He is like so positive, full of energy, always looking out for others and everything, which is the biggest point that you just brought out.
Yep. And there's a fun fact about Dwayne Johnson. I read his autobiography because I had a lot of time, and but we're not going to go into detail about how and why. But
God, you're an interesting character.
But Dwayne Johnson was actually like in his late teens or after he played for the Hurricanes or whatever, he had an injury, and he was actually going to go pro. He was homeless, I think. He only had $7. He said
$7 in his pocket.
Yeah, he said that it's gonna change. He told himself it's gonna change, and then he took the initiative to making it change.
I know exactly what video you're talking about, the research you did, because I looked that up, same video, and that's crazy that you brought that up. And it's not just like, you know, what a coincidence.
Yeah.
No, it's not a coincidence. No. You know, it's for a reason. So people in the audience right now that are watching, you alone that's recording, you know, can really like dig in deep about this conversation. It's like, wow, you know, like I've never thought about that. And it starts to make you wonder, you know, what you're doing right or what you're doing wrong in your life, and what things you need to start seeking out to be the best you can be, you know?
Yeah, and it ultimately comes down to And then you see all the Facebook things about chakras and spiritual stuff. Okay, first of all, nobody can tell you how to be spiritual, so knock all that crap out of there. Let's all take it out of it. You want to know why? Because this is why. Every book, like whether it's these books, whether you go to a library, is different.
It's got its own
It's got its own
story.
unique characters, its own unique settings, its own unique message and purpose to be there.
The different plot and the climax.
Exactly,
and
yeah.
like that.
So you are basically the creator of your life story, and you can determine who to edit out of your life. Don't make people allow you to feel guilty or ashamed.
Like
Don't-
sticky notes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Sticky notes.
yeah,
you know?
exactly. You can't put sticky notes. Instead of sticky notes, just put a sticky note. And
Yum yum.
yeah, but yeah, no, it's your choice. Happiness is a choice, people. You know, you can choose if you want to react to something. If somebody pisses you off, you can choose to react to that. You don't have to give them any attention.
Yeah.
You don't need to defend yourself. Everybody has a past. Like there was something that someone told me. They were like, every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. You know, so like, even though sometimes people look at me like, you know, like, oh my God, you know, you're so positive, da da da. But then first time they see me, they see my tattoos, you know, and they're like, wow, he was probably some like goon or thug or you
gangster
know, or
something.
gangster or something like that, you know.
But you know, that's just being stereotypical. and
Yeah,
trying
but
to avoid
I'm
that
actually the
cover.
softest, kindest, sweetest, most sensitive guy. But I'm super sarcastic. you know?
Case in point.
Exactly, you know, and and I don't really care what anybody thinks, you know, because
As you shouldn't. You should only care in what matters to you is the people that you love and
Yeah.
that you know are close to you that actually care about you.
And sometimes the people in your circle aren't always in your corner. Because the people in your circle might seem like, oh, these are my boys, these guys are hyping me. But what are they hyping you towards? You can't ask advice from people who aren't going to your destination. You know, you can't take weight.
Because they're going the opposite way
Yeah.
than you are.
Yeah, it's like your critics or your haters or whatever. Guess what? They already bought the tickets to your show. So that's why. So either ways, they're already watching you. It's like you're going on a show, and your critics and your haters and all these people already bought the tickets. Guess what? In the end of the day, you're still gonna perform, and they're still gonna be watching, because there's two types of people. There's viewers and there's watchers. And which one are you gonna be? You know. That's what it comes down to.
Okay.
But we ain't gonna be denied. We're not here for your amusement. I put my life in this music, cause this is more than just music. My man, this is a movement. I think you're in for some trouble. So show the world how you hustle and just keep flexing your muscle and overcoming the struggle.